Good evening, good evening, good evening, my brothers and sisters. Come on in, come on in. It's dinner time. Your brother Tony has prepared a good meal for you. So come on in and bring some more family members and friends and tell them, hey, we got some good food at the dinner table tonight, some good food for the soul. If this is your first time at the dinner table, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tony M. Tuma, and I talk on relationships. I talk on relationship basically from a spiritual point of view. When I say spiritual, I strongly believe how God organized the relationship between that of a man and a woman when you look at the book of Genesis. First, God had a unique relationship with the man Adam. Secondly, he had a unique relationship with the woman Eve. Thirdly, God represented the woman to the man. And in the presence of God, the man Adam said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, I should call a woman because she came from man. That's the position that I come from relationship. God's son Jesus is the foundation and rock of the relationship. So if there's any man or woman that's at the dinner table tonight and you do not agree with the account in the book of Genesis, I encourage you to still stay at the dinner table and taste of some of this good food for the soul. You got a free hey, you got a free will. You can do whatever you choose to do, but I'm letting you know now that I talk about the relationship based on the concept that God came up with at the beginning of the time, called Father Knows Best. Now I'm on two different platforms this evening. I'm on the book and I'm on the tube. Those you on the book, I may make a comment or reference to those that are on the book. You may not see their names and comment, but I will call their names and comment every now and then. And vice versa, those of you that are on the tube, I may say something to those that are on the book. You may not see their names and comment, but I want to call out their name and their comment because we're all family here, okay? So don't think we're not separated, but we're all family. We may not can see one another, but we're all here at the dinner table. And let us be on our best behavior because we may have some guests that never been at the dinner table before, and we want them to get some of this good food for the soul so they can go share it with other people. What do you say about that? Also, my brother and sister and guests, if you have a comment or a question, be respectful and ask your comment or question, okay? And I will address it, your comment or question. It's that simple. Now, since we're at the dinner table, let's look at what we have on the menu for tonight. What we have on the menu for tonight is he or she didn't want you until God elevated your gift with a godly mate. Again, on the menu for tonight, he or she didn't want you until God elevated your gift with a godly mate. Now, my brothers and sisters, you may have been in, some of you can really relate to what I'm about to talk about this evening at the dinner table. And some of you are about to go through it. Some of you are currently going through it. But this is the case, okay? Now, there are some of you brothers and sisters, you have dealt with a man, sister, or a woman, brother, that didn't know who you really were. He or she didn't really identify you as a son or daughter of God through his son Jesus Christ. They may have heard you talk about him, they may notice you worship him, but they were going through the motion with you because guess what? He or she wanted something out of you. That's the only reason why he or she was dealing with you. They were getting something out of it. And when they couldn't get no more, the true colors came out, and it was not Halloween, and the mask fell off. That's what happened. The mask fell off, and that man or that woman that you tried to establish a relationship with thought you was a loser. They thought you was a loser. They thought you weren't about nothing. They thought you was not going to amount to nothing. But guess what? God did not allow them to see the gift that you had. God kept your gift isolated from their eyesight so they couldn't see it. Because if they seen the gift of God, they would look at it to try to merchandise your gift that God gave to you. So what happened? He or she thought that the grass was greener on the other side next door. So he or she, they came to you and said something like this. I think you're a good man or you're a good woman, but I think our relationship had ran its course. And for you, I think that we need to end this relationship. Or they could have said something like, I love you, but I got to let you go. All that kind of stuff. Or worse, he or she ghosts you. They didn't say nothing, they were just gone. They didn't give you no warning. They were just gone. Okay, when this man or woman left, my brother, and when this man or woman left, my sister, what did God do? God had his ram in the bush for you. God had that ram in the bush for you before the foundations of the world. What am I talking about? God, brother, had that right woman for you. God had that right man for you, sister, in the bush. So when that man or woman vacated out of your presence, God did not want him or her to experience the gift that you had. Because before him or her, you would look like a plain human, my brother and sister. But guess what? You, brother, and you, sister, you are a chosen one. How you doing, Sister Tammy? Welcome to the dinner table. You are a chosen one or a chosen vessel before God. God knew you before the foundation of the world, and he had a plan and a purpose for your life, my brother and sister. You had a desire for a mate. God had the mate for you before the foundation of the world. Now, the only problem was you, brother, you, sister, you made a bad decision with this man or sister or this woman, bro. You made a bad decision and you were trying to hold on to the relationship. You were trying your best to fix the relationship. So what did God do? God kept letting that man or woman disappoint you. God kept letting that man or woman disgrace you. God kept making that man or woman do all kinds of disrespectful things to you. God allowed that man or woman to break your heart over and over again. God allowed that man or woman to break you down, that you felt worthless. Tears fell. And then to top it off, here she's going to come up with some bogus stuff. I think it's best for us to part. Or again, I love you, but I got to let you go. And then here she vacated for what the grass was green to call. Here she was working on a project anyway, my brother and sister. It was just a matter how they were going to exit out. Let me tell you something, my brother and sister. When a man and woman is about to leave you, the last thing to leave is his or her body. But the mind is gone and the emotions is gone. So it doesn't just happen. So don't think when the person ready to bounce on you, that is all of a sudden happen. No, he or she was in the process of leaving you anyway. And like I have told you before, my brother and sister, it's a blessing when a man or woman that God did not want in your life to walk or ghost you, however he or she vacate out of your life. It is a blessing because God knew that he had a certain type of man or woman for you. Now, this is what happened. When that man or woman gone, and when you start healing, you start healing. And when you start healing, what happened, you start spending time with God. You told God about what was going on. He knew it, but he wanted you to come to him and tell you what's going on. And God was ready to activate his purpose for you, my brother, or you, my sister, because the key thing is, one key thing, you have a desire for a member of the opposite sex. So God gave you a gift. You already had the gift before you met this godly man or woman. You had the gift. It was time for God to expose it and illuminate you, brother, for his kingdom. So what God did, when that man or woman vacated his or herself, God calls you, brother, to find this woman. Sister, God calls this man to find you. And you knew, brother, and you knew, sister, that this was it. You went by more than just your feelings. You went by what is called your discernment. You already had the wisdom of God. You had knowledge. You had understanding. Now you're using your discernment. You knew that this man or woman was for you. That man or woman that just left, you realize then God had something much better for you, but you were trying to fix that relationship. So God had to intervene and get that man or woman out of your life. So some of you brothers and sisters, you got to understand this. A lot of times God have to intervene and cause that man or woman to go somewhere else, because guess what? It is written that a wicked woman is given to a wicked man, a portion to a wicked man. And then on the flip side, it also say that a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. So that man, sister, he was an evil man. He did some great stuff for you, but in heart, he was evil. Sister, brother, that woman was evil. Even though she could have did some good things, she was evil. You had the spirit of God, brother and sister. They had the spirit of the adversary, the devil. But you were trying to make it work with a son or a daughter of the devil. How you doing, mother? Welcome to the dinner table. So you tried to make it work. So that man or woman left for what appeared the grass was greener. So as the grass looked greener, God brought you, brother, or you, sister, to find that your soul mate, your true soul mate. So God, through his son Jesus, merged your spirits together. He merged your soul together, which is a combination of your mind, your will, and your emotion, your body, and everything. So God called this great merger to happen. And when God called this great merger to happen, my brother and sister, God unleashed that gift that was in you, brother, and also that gift that was in that man or woman that God brought into your life. Now, my brother and sister, you are walking around, you are glorifying God's son, Jesus, as a unit. You are a team. And while you are a team, you, brother, and you, sister, y'all light is glowing together. And the light that is glowing together is Jesus Christ. He is illuminating in you. Other people have started noticing it. They notice, brother, that you are with a better woman, a godly woman. Sister, they notice that you're with a godly man, and they could see the glow. Some people would call you a power couple. Some people say y'all look so good together. But what they really seeing is God's son, Jesus, illuminated through you, through his spirit. So your light, brother, is not lit no more. Sister, your light is not lit no more. Y'all light is shining. Wherever you go, my brother and sister, y'all light is lighting up a room. You walk in a room, people take notice of you. You don't have to say nothing. You know why you don't have to say nothing? Because they see a light coming in. Because most of the places where you're going to go is going to be dark. And I'm talking about people of the dark. And they will see light. They're just like when you go in your house at night, my brother and sister, and the light's out, right? All it takes is one flip of the switch. And then it just takes one light bulb. Just one little light bulb to illuminate a room. And that's how it is, my brother and sister. When you are merged as one, brother, and you are merged as one, sister, you all are one giant light, and the light of Christ is in you. So God calls you, brother and sister, to illuminate, and he calls you not to only illuminate, but he's elevating you. So, brother, whatever God wanted you to do with a wife is happening now. And sister, whatever God wanted you to do with a husband is happening now. And so you, brother, and you, sister, you will know it because God is going to reveal it more to you because you're with the right person. In the meantime, that man or woman that left you because they thought you was a nobody, they thought you was a nothing. They didn't see nothing in you. They was not supposed to see nothing in you because God was not going to allow them to see your gift so they could try to misuse it and merchandise you. They was already taking you for everything you got. What they were doing? They were taking your mind. They were taking your emotion. They were taking your body. They were taking your finances. They were taking everything they can from you. How you doing, Sister Parker? Welcome to the dinner table. And Sister Covenant and Mother and the rest of you that are here. They want to take it all. But they could not take your spirit. So now they off in the far country. And while they off in the far country partying with those worldly people because they were part of the world anyway. And then guess what? A little birdie flew by and told her brother, the woman that left you, a little birdie told her about what you doing with that woman. And a little birdie flew by, brother, and told her what was going on. Child, you ought to see him now. He's looking good. He's a changed man with that. And guess what? He's married. Or, bruh, that woman that you left, man, she looking good, man. She looking good. By the way, she's married now. What? This is a role play, my brother and sister. This is a role play. Brother, this is what that woman gonna be thinking, that the woman that left you, this is what's gonna be going on with her. She get wind of that you are elevating with this other woman. The first question this woman that left you gonna want to know is this: how she look. That's the first thing she want to know. How does she look? So the woman that left you, it will give her no greater joy than she already thinks she look good anyway. So she don't want another woman looking as better than she. That's the first thing she want to know. The woman that left you, how does she look? And then her girlfriend say, she look nice now. She look nice. Oh, that's a strike. Because she wanted you, brother, to be with a woman that wasn't up to par on look, because that woman that left you, she was all about the external. But God sprinkled a little outside sprinkle on her. But you see, she wasn't thinking about the woman that you with. She got the Spirit of God in her, and that's what really attract you to her. But you see, that woman that left you, she think it's all about the external. The next thing this woman want to know from her girlfriend that brought her the news, or social media, or whatever brought the news, what does she do? What does she do? Now, she want to see how the woman look that you with, brother, your wife. And not only that, now she want to know what your wife do. Then her girlfriend tell her, or social media, whatever, say, oh, she doing this and she doing that. Then that's another strike against that woman's ego. Because now you happen to have a woman that's attractive on the outside. She easy on the eyes. And not only this woman, she was handling business like Ruth. She was handling business like Ruth. She wasn't looking for a man, but she was handling business like Boaz found Ruth. You find her. The woman that you with, brother, you found her. She didn't come looking for you. So that woman that left you, she thought you had to chase the woman, but you didn't have to chase her, because the Lord brought her to you. That's how you found her. Now she got some concern. She heard from her girlfriend or social media, whatever, that the woman looked pretty nice and she got herself together. Yeah, she have her hair put together. She have everything going on. She got everything going on. And she worked this, she does this. Oh, okay. So she look okay. And she got some stuff going on. Now let's find out some dirt on this woman. She too good to be true. Let's find out some dirt. She got to have some dirt on her. Let's go all the way back to when she was in kindergarten. I know we could find something on her from kindergarten, preschool, grammar school, high school, college. We could find some dirt on her. She can't be that good. She can't be better than me. So that woman go doing some research on it. She get on the computer, try to look and see that the woman have any court charges against her. Has she ever been arrested or whatever? She trying to find out a negative report. Everything coming back. X, check. She can't find nothing on. On the other hand, sisters, the man that left you for what he thought was greener out there, his boy or his boy come and say, hey man, the woman that you just, that woman, you know, that woman that you used to be with, your girl, old girl looking good now, bruh. Old girl is looking good, bruh. What you mean, old girl? You the woman that you used to be with. Oh, what, you know, she. And guess what, bruh? That's right, sister Tammy Hater. Guess what? She married, man. And you know, then he want to know this from boy. What does he do? You know why he asking his boys, what does he do? He trying to compare the size of his pocket with the size of the other man's pocket. That's what men, that you see, women want to know how the other woman look and what she does. On the flip side, men want to know what he do. What does he do? And after he find out what does he do, he's comparing the size of his pocket to his pocket. So when he find out, say, hey man, the brother got it going on. He doing this and this and this. Then that's an X, because now the pocket part is not no issue. Then the guy want to know, okay, where his family come from? Tell me a little about his family. Now he trying to find some spots in the man's family. Hey man, he come from a pretty decent family, man. They come from a well-respected family. That's another X. Okay. Does he work out? Does he work out like me? Man, I don't know. I don't go around looking at how no man shape, man. Does he work out like me? Well, he got it. He got himself together, whether he in a gym or not. He got himself together. So what am I saying? Sister, the man that left you, he's going to get a report. Brother, the woman that left you going to get a report. They're going to get a report, and then they're going to find out, they're going to want to know more about what you're doing. And what they're going to notice, they're going to get a report, brother and sister, that you are elevating. You didn't elevate because that a man or woman came into your life, but that was the right man or woman to come into your life so God can call the elevation. God didn't want you to elevate with that worldly man or that worldly woman. He wanted you to elevate with a godly woman, brother, or a godly man, sister. So when God brought you together, you elevated to glorify God through his son Jesus, to build up his kingdom and to bring the lost to God the Father through Jesus Christ. He knew, God knew that if you were that man, sister, or that woman, brother, that they could not help you, because there was going to be a stumbling block for you. Because people going to be looking at your lifestyle, brother, and the woman that you was with lifestyle. Sister, they were going to look at your lifestyle and the man you hanging with. But God brought you an imperfect man or imperfect woman that happened to be saved. So God brought one of his daughters to one of his sons, and it wasn't no incest. So that's what God does. He brings a man and a woman together that was in his mind before the foundations of the world. Why do I always say the foundation of the world? Before the foundation of the world mean before God even created the heavens and the earth. You, brother, and you, sister, were destined to be together. Now, some people will say, what about free choice? Yes, you have free choice, but the Lord already knew what you were going to do with your free choice, brother and sister. He knew that you were going to mess up sometime. He knew, brother and sister, that you were going to hook up with the wrong man or woman sometime. But God had the ram in the bush, the right man or woman for you. When you isolated yourself, and when you isolated yourself, God helped you to isolate. God helped you. He cleaned you up. And now you're purified. Now you're ready, brother, for that virtuous woman, a good Proverbs 31 woman. And sister, you're ready for a righteous man, a godly man. So God brought you together, and your exes or whatever, they find out about you. So when they find out about you, my brother and sister, guess what a lot of them are going to do? Your phone going to ring. If you didn't get your phone, change your number, your phone going to ring. If your phone doesn't ring, you're going to get a text. You're going to get a message some kind of way from the man or the woman, or women from your past, or men from your past, because they felt like they got shortchanged. They didn't see your gift. Now you elevated, brother, and you elevated, sister. Now he or she want to come back and claim stuff. He or she is envious and they are jealous because of God's hands in your relationship. So your exes or whatever, they want to come back. They don't want to come back for you, brother and sister. They coming back to kill, steal, and destroy because they are the sons and daughters of Satan. And Satan is using them to mess up your relationship. So that's why I'm telling you, my brother and sister, when God bring a good man to your life, sister, or God bring a good woman to your life, brother, do not play with fire. Because those matches coming back to burn you. Most of them, they just want to see, do they still have it? Can they break you up? Most of them their mission is to break your relationship up. If they get in contact with you, let me tell you how it's gonna go, brother and sister. They're gonna want to, if they get in contact with you and you give them time, they're gonna start talking about how things used to be. What do I mean by used to be? How things used to be in the good old days. They're not going to want to talk about how they dogged you out, how they disrespected you. They don't want to talk about that. They just want to talk about the beginning part of the relationship, when there was song and dances and fun. They don't want to talk about the hardships. They don't want to talk how they really talk to you, brothers and sisters. They don't want to talk how they behave to you. They don't want to talk about how they were throwing dirt in your face, kicking dirt in your face, disrespecting you, ghosting on you, doing whatever they want to do. And then they had the nerve to try to gaslight you and make it seem like you were the problem. You were not the problem. So they're going to try to make it sound like you had something to do with it. Then not only that, they're going to try to make it seem, they're going to say something like, if you would have done this or that, I wouldn't have did what I did. They know what they'll say. I wouldn't have done what I did. You caused me to do it. They don't want to take responsibility. They wanted to do it because they thought, brother and sister, that you would always be there and you would have an open door. And that's why I say to some of you brothers and sisters, you are so vulnerable to a man or woman that left you, and they know they could come back in and out of your life, in and out of your life, in and out of your life. You need to shut those doors, get the key and throw it away. Lock the door and throw away the key. Stop letting these men and women from your past that you try to work it out, they keep coming in and out of your life because they know you vulnerable. That's why you have to go to God and ask God to break those shackles. That's what you need, to break those shackles. So they're going to reach out to you. One way or the other, they're going to reach out to you. Because guess what? They want what you got. They want to shine. They want to shine, brother. They want to shine, sister. How you doing, Sister Murray? Work to them. They want to shine. But they can't, you ain't shining with me. That's what you brothers and sisters say, you ain't shining with me. Especially if God brought you a good man into your life, sister, or a good woman in your life. You ain't shining with me. You had your opportunity. Nope. Can we just go to lunch? No. Can we go to dinner? No. Can we go walking? No. Can we go work out together? No. Can we go or have a drink? No. Can we go to Starbucks? No. Can I call you every now and then? No. What can we do? Thank you. Thank you for the experience. That's what you brothers and sisters could say. Thank you for the experience. You taught me, sister, this is what you could tell her. You taught me what a man wasn't. And brother, you could tell her, you taught me what a woman wasn't. They're going to say, what you mean wasn't? It wasn't you. But thank you for the experience. Sister Mary said, kick gravel and travel. I'm cool. I seen your true faith. Thanks for the lesson. Amen, sister. Go kick some rocks You ain't you ain't got to tell them in a fourth way. Just say go kick some rocks. Go find somebody else to play with. I'm not a toy. I'm not Toys R Us. I'm not in no lab so you can keep experimenting with me. You're not. Hey, I used to be in science class in high school. I'm not in science class no more, baby. So go where you were. Thanks for saying hello, because I'm going to take it as a hello. It's nothing happening here. And then you know what they're going to do? You're going to see that they still got that stuff in them. They're going to start telling you, you're going to still see that dirt in them. They're going to start trying to talk to you nasty. They might talk to you nasty. If you're talking to them on the phone, they might talk to you nasty over the phone. If you see them out in public, they may want to do all that in public. They want now. You see, they want to relate. They act like they want a relationship, but when you start closing those doors, they don't like that, because they thought that they had access to you. But what they didn't know, God had a godly man for you, sister, and brother. God had a godly woman for you. And they see that they can't compete against her. Because Satan daughters and sons, they don't understand they can't compete with God daughters and sons. They can't. So going back over there in that green yard, you see, you thought that the grass was greener, right? And what do we know about the grass is greener? It's more manure over there. So that's why the grass look greener. You didn't want to stay over here in your yard, even though it was a little brown patches here and there. We still had a good yard, but no, you want to go over there to the yard that looked manicured, but it had a whole bunch of manure up under there. Don't you know that what it was? Now go play over there with the manure. Go back over there in that yard. Go back over in your yard. Keep your ball over there. Don't throw your ball in my yard no more. Keep all your stuff over there. They're gonna get pissed off, because they cannot get access to your gift. They see your gift. They see you elevating with God. They can't stand looking at you smile, brother. They can't stand looking at you smile, sister. They can't stand that smile. And guess what? They're going to be keeping up with you. They're going to be keeping up with you. They're going to be keeping tabs. They want to hear what's going on in your life. If you're on social media or whatever, they're going to be looking. They're going to be, if you got a picture on social media, they're going to be looking at your picture. They may get fake accounts to keep up with you. They can't stand you. They don't want to, they're not going to delete you. They don't want to delete you. They want to keep up. They think your last name Kardashian. They want to keep up with the Kardashian. So they want to keep up with you, brothers and sisters. Let them keep up. If they want to show, let them see what they want to see. All they're going to see is they missing something. You know what they're going to do after that? Let me tell you what they're going to do. They're going to be hating on you. And you know what they're going to do? Just to save face, they're going to start telling lies on you. I guarantee you they're going to start telling lies on you. If they can't get you, they're going to start telling lies on you. They're going to tell people lies about what you do, what they're going to fix up. They're going to say what you did or what you didn't do. They're going to be lying. You know why they're going to be lying? Because they're trying to save face. Because their friends and family see that you're elevating, right? They see it. But he or she going to try to bring you down. But you know one thing? People in the valley cannot bring people from up on the top of the mountain. They can't bring them down unless you want to walk down. So brother and sister, when God is elevating you, he's elevating you to go on top of a mountain. God don't want you to be in the valley with them no more. Because the people in the valley that you used to deal with, they doing the same thing. They never change. They were doing the same thing when you were dealing with them. They get up, do the same thing. They go throughout the day, they do the same thing. They go to bed doing the same thing. Their life is a circle. Their life is a circle, no elevation. They just like how the children of Israel got caught in the wilderness for 40 years. Don't you know, my brother and sister, when the children of Israel was rebellious against God, they could have made it to the promised land in 11 days. Did you not know that, my brother and sister? The children of Israel, when they were trapped in the wilderness, they could have been in the promised land in 11 days. But by them rebelling, they had to go in a circle for 40 years. And that's how some of these uncircumcised Philistines, those men and women that you were dealing with, they're going in a circle. They heard about a promised land, but they can't go over. You go over to the promised land, my brother and sister, with the right man or woman. You see, they stuck in the wilderness, and that's where they're going to stay. God carried you through life, Red Sea, with the right man and the right woman. So you, brother, you, sister, you're crossing over the Red Sea. While you're crossing over the Red Sea, here come that man and here come that woman. They coming. You see them coming. They want you back. But God don't want you to go back with them. God wants you to keep focused. Stay, look at that shore. I want you, brother. I want you, son, and you, daughter, to keep moving forward. And I'm going to deal with him or her. Just keep moving forward. So you, brother, and you, sister, you with the right man and the right woman. You going through the midst of the Red Sea. You get over there on the other side, and then you turn and look. And when you turn and look, here they come with all those lies and promises and stuff. And then what? God gonna cave them in. Here come the Red Sea. Boom. They finished. So what am I talking about? When they finish, my brother and sister, let them drown. You don't want them back. Why do you want to go back to a man or woman that did you wrong, that played games with you? Why would you want to do that? You should never want to go back to someone that did you wrong. If you do that, my brother and sister, there's something wrong up here. So those people that want to come back in your life, they're going to hate on you and they're going to lie because they got to save face. They got to save face in front of their family and their friends. And guess what they're going to be doing? The person that they end up with, they're going to be doing the apples and oranges test. They're going to compare their mates with you. And their mates are not going to measure up. Because what the Bible say, an evil woman is given to as a portion to an evil man. And a godly woman is given to the godly man because of he respect or fear God. So, brothers and sisters, listen to me. You are a chosen vessel, or you are the chosen one. The Lord Jesus is in you, my brother and sister. He is elevating you together as a couple. Because you, my brother, you, my sister, you are prepared for good works. That man or woman that left you, they did you a favor by leaving. You were trying to fix it. You were trying to hold on to Satan's son or daughter. But the Lord had to intervene and push that man or woman out the door. You thought he or she left on their own, right? God had to help you. He knew you were going to hurt. He knew you were going to cry. He knew you were going to lose weight. He knew you were going to have to talk about that man and woman till you couldn't talk about no more. But God already know that you were going to shed that last tear. He also knew you were going to shed that last tear. He knew that you were going to start feeling better. As time went on and you stopped contacting him or her and you blocked them, God knew he was working on you to heal you. And when God healed you, he brought the right man and woman to you at the right time in his time. And that's why, my brother, and that's why, my sister, you are a chosen vessel, my brother and sister. And God brought you together, brother, with the right woman. And sister, he brought you together with the right man. Everybody that came before you, my brother, And everybody that came before you, my sister, those other men and women, they were not meant for you. I'm telling you, they were not meant. You made the wrong decision. That's why you had to hurt. Brother, that's why you had to hurt. You were playing with Saint daughter or daughters. Sister, you were playing with Saint so on and so on. So you had to hurt. God had to allow you to hurt until you figured out I got to do it God's way. You had to say, I'm a prodigal child. And you had to come to yourself, and you turned around and you came to God. And when you turned around and came to God, he seen you coming. And when God seen you coming, he ran to you and hugged you. You wanted to tell God all the mistakes you made. Why are you doing that? God saying, kill the fattest calf, put my child on a robe and some new shoes and bring the ring. We're about to have a party. That's what God said, because God brought you back to your senses. Because he had an assignment, brother, for you and the woman. And sister, he had an assignment for you and the man. So I'm telling you, my brother and sister, he or she didn't want you until God elevated your gift with a godly mate. So they seen your gift, but they wanted to be partakers of your gift. That's all they wanted. They wanted to be partakers of the gift. They wanted to shine. And that's why they can't stand you, my brother and sister. Or when a man and woman know to leave you. And you know what the crazy part is, my brother and sister? There are some men and women that will leave you and they still don't want you to do no better. They don't want you, but they still don't want you to do. I mean, isn't that ridiculous? A man or woman leave you and they still don't want you to do no better. But when you do better, if you're a son or daughter of God, it ain't no way you can't do no better. God is going to call you to climb up that mountain, and they in the valley, they can't do nothing but see you climb. And guess what? Guess another thing they want to do? They keeping up with you, brother and sister. They got a bag of Orville Redenbacher popcorn. Why do they have a bag of Orville Redenbacher popcorn? Because they ready to put in the microwave because they want your relationship to fail. They might cheat you and all that in front of you, but they want your relationship to fail. They're not happy for you. If they see you appear to be happy and stuff, they don't want to see that because they miserable with that man or woman that they with. And that's why they keep going through it. And they'll say stuff like, I can't find the right man. I can't find the right woman. You know why? Because God putting them together with their cliques. That's what they wanted. They wanted the grass is greener. So let them stay on there and graze. Don't feel sorry for them. They made a decision. They had what is called a free will. The only thing they could do, if they look in the mirror and be honest with themselves, the man could say, I know she was a good woman. I knew it. I messed up. My bad. And the woman could say, he was a good man. I'm the one who messed up. My bad. But they ain't no hard to do that. A few of them might say it. If they honest with themselves, they may tell other people, I messed up. Instead of making up all their excuse, they'll say, I messed up and I'm happy for him or her. But rarely does it happen, but some will do it. And if they see you, some of them that see you, they will say, hey, I hope that everything going well for you. Because I know, hey, God blessing you. And I see that God blessing you, and I hope God continue to bless you. Only a few might tell you that. Only a few will say, you're a good man or you're a good woman. And whoever have you is a good man, a good woman. If they were true. And they say, I got to live with my decision. But I know for one thing, I tell anybody that you was a good man or you was a good woman. My brother and sister, I hope that you got something out of this at the dinner table. He or she didn't want you until God elevated your gift with a godly mate. So don't look back. Keep going forward because they are going to, majority of the time, they're going to hate you. in majority of the time, they're going to lie because they're trying to save face. And if they do try to reconcile with you, it's just for a moment, because you're going to see that they still the same. They're going to try their best to show you. They're going to have on a mask like they did at the beginning. They're going to put on a mask and put on their best costume and try to impress you. But don't go forward. That's how Satan, son and daughter do, because Satan transformed himself into an angel of light. So remember this, my brother and sister. If you have any question or comment, go ahead and put it down in the comment section. If you do not, it's about time for us to part. I love you, brother. I love you, sisters. Always remember what I'm telling you. Remember this. Believe this. Say la vie. Peace out.